The more I've been trying to playtest post-Alliance Insight format, I've realized it's actually a really dog water set. Let's dive on into it, shall we? Hello, ladies and gentlemen, it is your host with the most, Avery LR32 here, and destroy the ever-living scratchy nose boo-boo stain. That sounded really gross off that like and subscribe button, so we climb even higher the 1500 ladder. So it's been a couple days since I posted, and that's because I've been playtesting like crazy post-Alliance Insight format. Now, I'm sure a lot of people are going to think, Avery, what do you mean that Alliance Insight isn't that great of a set? You get things like Malice Marchhare, Star Rizal, which I can't take the credit for. My dad, aka my teammate, the man who played Mystic Mind for like 4 years straight, pulled a Star Rizal out of one pack because we got the 5 for the sneak peek, and then our locals was also giving us a box. So I was like, cool, $107 for a box and 5 packs. We pull a Marchhare out of our box. So those 2 cards are definitely being sold because I'm playing some version of Primite Fiendsmith this format because it just doesn't die to draw. The draw is just a dead card. It's a waste. And so what I realized when opening up Alliance Insight, outside of a couple niche things that I wanted to keep to kind of mess around with, like Let's Go Together, that card that like can make the opponent banish 7 cards off the top of their deck, actually has some Necroface implications the more that I've thought about it. The Pegasus Stallion monster that is a retrain of Firewing Pegasus is actually a pretty decent burn card. There are some interesting things in this set. But this set, outside of if you don't care about Marchhare and Star Rizal, there's not really anything good in this set. And I'm sure some people are going to say, oh, well, Avery, we've got Regenesis, we've got all these, other things, blah, blah, we got Ryuji and, whatever. Cool. Regenesis is dog shit. I have tried everything with fucking Regenesis to make that deck work. It seemed really cool, but it's dog water. It's an OCG thing because they have Maxi in their format. Like, Regenesis is just dog water. So that's already dog shit. We got new Argostar support, and as much as I love the Argostar deck, that deck is dog shit. So, like, you're getting the new quick play spell that's basically a wanted. Cool. The deck is still bad. So, and then you're getting new Eldritch support, which is like, even with the 2 new Eldritch cards, the deck's not all that good. Like, it was a Floodgate deck. Like, let's just be honest. It's what True Draco was and still tries to be, even though that deck still sucks with Masterpiece at 1. But everyone on EDO Pro has to fucking play me with it when I'm trying to playtest. That's always fun, isn't it? So, besides that, you're giving support to these older archetypes, in the case of like Eldritch, some newer like Argostar, and then you're getting Dragon Ruler support. Now, you may have been absolutely excited about the Dragon Ruler support, and I'm sorry to tell you, but the Dragon Ruler deck blows ass. Like, it is so garbage. Like, the only reason, and I'm sure someone's going to be like, Avery, you're just coping, it's because you're bad at the game, but hear me out. Primite Fiendsmith reminds me of 11 years ago, because I actually looked at the videos on YouTube, and they're 11 years old, so that's how I know this off the top of my head. But it reminds me of 11 years ago when your boy played Chainbeat, and I'm sure there's nobody watching this video who remembers what Chainbeat is, aka Garden Beat. If you know what that deck is, you are the biggest OG on the planet, and you deserve a spot at the seat of the table with all of the OG grandpas with your boy. Basically what Chainbeat was, it's very similar to like Primite Fiendsmith, where it's a control deck. If you misplay up once, you fuck up once, you lose the game. You have to make every play really mean something. Like, I did a deck profile where I talked about Chainbeat, again, 11 years ago, and I talked about how you don't play Terraforming to get another Black Garden. You hold it and then play it when you need the other one, or else the opponent's going to plan around you having the second Black Garden. So you just don't show that you actually have access to the second copy, which was actually kind of big brain mind games at the time because, people were still playing MST and shit 11 years ago. So, yeah, if you weren't establishing a Black Garden, you were crapping all over the venue floor because that's how you won the game. It's the deck, for those of you who don't remember, played like Evil Swarm, Thunderbird, and Wind Up Rabbit, because if a card or effect got activated, you could chain the Thunderbird to banish it, come back with full attack, and 1900 attack, or in the case of Wind Up Rabbit, 1400, was really big with a Black Garden on the board. So I say all that to say that Primite Fiendsmith, you make one misplay, you're going to lose. That's the only reason why I lost to Dragon Ruler, is because I made one misplay. The dude made the 4600 attack exceed, and it's like, okay, cool. You have a grind game against a rogue deck. congratulations, you fucking lose to Malice. And so I say all of that to say, number one, Primite Fiendsmith is a good rogue strategy, even post Alliance Insight. But also, number two, I've noticed that Dragon Ruler is a really bad grind gamey-esque deck. Like, the longer the game goes on, the better it gets, because they can keep dumping dragons and all that stuff. But why would you play a deck that was tier 0 back in 2013 that I talked about ad nauseum on this channel back then? Why would you play that when now it's just a grind game-esque deck? And if you want to play a more control-heavy grind deck, play Primite Fiendsmith or fucking Blue Eyes, and Blue Eyes is dog shit. I'm sure someone's going to hate me for saying that, but you play like 5 bricks in the deck. I've tried making that deck good. The only build I found that was fun was the 60 card build that topped like a YCS or something. Now, with that being said, something that is interesting with this set is that we get the, Dragonite Kunzite thing, which is it was a Shonen Jump promo, whatever, in Japan, and they ported that into Alliance Insight. That's something that you can play in Blue Eyes, because if it's in your hand, you can Foolish Burial a Blue Eyes, and you can special summon it, and it's a level 8 dragon. So it kind of offers some versatility in that regard, and offers extendable plays. You know, if you can get out another Blue Eyes, then you can make, like, say, the Indigo Eyes, or you can make, like, a Heraldic Steel Heavenly Spheres. You have these options available to you, right? But, again, these are niche things. Like, there's a card here and a card there that maybe you want to pick up, but even then, like, Star Rizal's a one-of, and the Rizal Mass Driver trap sucks. Like, I messed around with that trap. That trap is not good. That trap card is booty butt cheeks. It's just not worth playing. You know, Star Rizal is a one-of, and even that's sometimes a brick. So now Rizal's, in theory, playing 2 bricks between Node and Star, and it's like, you're going to play Mass Driver now? Get fucking real. No, that card's trash. So, now the more I look at Alliance Insight, it's not as bad as Starstrike Blast. And even then, Starstrike Blast was like fine wine and got better with age. But what's interesting about Alliance Insight is that even though it doesn't really push the needle in terms of power creep minus Malice, I would argue. I don't think Malice is going to be a tier 0 deck, but it's definitely going to be tier 1. It's going to be the best deck in the room. I think it is going to outshine Rizal. What's interesting about all this is Duelist Advance. And I want y'all to start clenching your cheeks, and I want y'all to start holding on your dollars, because everybody and their mama's going to bitch and complain when this set drops, and people are going to be like, I don't have enough money, I didn't think to save. I'm telling you now, Sugar Boo Bear, save your pennies, save your dollars, get your little big-ass piggy bank, make sure, you know, it's got cheeks it can bounce, and, you know, get all the change on up in there. Save your money for Duelist Advance. Duelist Advance is going to be one of the craziest sets of all time. Will it be Power of the Elements level? I don't think so, depending on what TCG exclusives we get in Duelist Advance. It could very well be Power of the Elements level good. And if you're not knowing what I'm talking about, go look at the set list for Duelist Advance. Go look at that Gaga support, or go doo-doo stain whatever stuff. They get a Goblinberg or whatever, the Dodo Golem, whatever. The point that I'm making is that they have a fucking circular in that deck. So now we have another deck that's going to be coming out in like 2 to 3 months that has a circular-esque card. And you mean to tell me that that shit's not going to be good? It's going to be crazy. Mark my words. And on top of that, which we already knew this about, Justice Hunters. But yeah, Justice Hunters is going to be like the next, here's your archetype set. So like obviously like Yummy's going to be good, Dragon Tail is going to be good, all that stuff. Now, moving forward post Alliance Insight, yeah, I think you should be saving your money if you want to be competitive, even, you know, into the next format. This is still a healthy format. You can play something more rogue heavy and you can still see success. But if you want to be playing a tier 1 deck, maybe you don't have the funds for it right now, save your dollar bills for Justice Hunters and or Duelist Advance. Do your due diligence. Look at the stuff coming out in Duelist Advance and Justice Hunters and decide, hey, do I want to play Yummy, as stupid as that deck's name is? Do I want to play Dragon Tail, which makes me think of the kid's show that I watched as a fucking kid years ago every time I say it? Or do you want to play something on a Duelist Advance like the new Gaga deck and have yourself like a free circular because the card is good? I think I'm going to be picking up a case of Duelist Advance and, of course, live streaming it here on the channel and opening it and hopefully pulling Godly again like we always do. But Justice Hunters and Duelist Advance, I think, are going to be the 2 big sets, honestly, of the year of 2025. I think that the next ban list we get will definitely take out Malice, because then they're going to want to push Justice Hunters and Duelist Advance and all that fun stuff. So don't be disappointed if you're getting clapped by Malice, or just feel like Alliance Insight is kind of a boring set because all it did was make Malice good, because there's a lot of good stuff coming down the pipeline. And yeah, just don't invest in Dragon Rulers, because that deck really sucks. I will be shocked if at YCS Rhode Island, which is the same week that Alliance Insight drops, I will be very, very shocked if that deck actually does anything. Because I think outside of Malice and maybe Rizal, I think Alliance Insight really doesn't do all that much. And that's okay. We don't need every set to power creep. This format's very good. So let's keep the power creep ceiling low while I keep playtesting and still somehow trying to figure out how to upload every day again. Guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.